Alright, welcome to episode number 26 of The Great Ace Attorney Resolve. I don't want to have to do this, but unfortunately, it's necessary. We have to do the investigation part 2. However, Miss Susato is here.
Oh, this room. It's been too long. It hasn't changed in the slightest, though. And it's been some 6 months, hasn't it? That's a long time for things to stay so familiar.
I didn't know when you might return, and I wanted everything to be as you left it. But it has been some 6 months, it's true.
So is your father all right, Susie? What's happened? My father?
Yeah, Professor Mikotoba. I mean, it was half a year ago, but that's why you went back to Japan. Because of the telegram you received saying he'd fallen ill with a very high fever and for some unknown reason.
That's right. So I was surprised to learn you'd be coming back so soon. Surprised but happy. I think I wrote about it in my letter to you, that it was all a trick. My father is in fine health, and I'm obviously very relieved about that.
Well, we're all delighted to have you back.
It was quite by accident that I've been able to return to Europe, actually. It's because of a very grand conference called the International Forensic Science Symposium.
The International Forensic... That's the same symposium Lord Strongheart mentioned.
Anyway, I've arrived safe and sound, and all that matters is that I'm here now. After all, I haven't yet fulfilled my promise to you, Iris. Oh?
You must tell us everything that happened while you were back in Japan.
Yes, of course, I shall.
And there's one other thing. Something you wrote in your letter that particularly grabbed my attention. About you-know-who. About Kazuma.
I know. I'll tell you all I can.
Oh, he was one of the names. Okay, so we need to talk to Susato. Go through so many fucking dialogue options.
When I first arrived back in Japan, I really thought I'd never be allowed to return to Britain. But curiously, after that awful trial at the Supreme Court, Father's mood changed entirely.
The awful trial? Oh yes, for the murder of Giselle Brett.
Oh, you dressed as a man then, didn't you, Susie? Oh, well, yes. Since women are forbidden in the courtroom, I had no choice. Wow, amazing. I just wish I'd seen it, don't you, Runo?
Yeah, I suppose so.
I want to play at being a lawyer now. I can wear a false mustache, maybe.
I don't think any mustache can hide the fact that you're 10 years old, Iris! Nobody would fall for that shit. And if they do, they need to go to jail. There's something else I've been wanting to ask you, Miss Susato. It's about the real reason why Professor Mikotoba summoned you back to Japan. You said in your letter it was something to do with that convict's loot we found in Mr. Natsume's lodgings.
That's right. The very large dog collar we found with the bee emblem on it.
My voice is terrible. Hold on.
It seems Mr. Natsume included a drawing of the collar in the report he submitted about his time in Britain. I understand that when Father saw the report, he turned as white as a sheet.
Why would that be, then?
Father came to Britain himself, of course, to study. It was some time ago now, but he stayed for 6 years. I can only imagine that something must have happened during that time. But if he refuses to tell me what it was, then I intend to find the answers for myself. And I've decided that I, for one, won't keep any more secrets. Oh, Susie.
That's a very meaningful look Susato-san's giving Iris there. Alright, so tell me about this symposium. Lord Strongheart mentioned something about that symposium too. I think he said that investigative authorities from 40 different countries would attend.
Yes, and from Japan, my father and Judge Jigoku have been invited.
Judge Jigoku?
It's something of an honor, I believe.
Well, Professor Mikotoba is the leading expert in forensic medicine in our country, after all. But who's the other person you mentioned? A judge, did you say?
Yes, His Excellency, Judge Cicero Jigoku. You've met him, Mr. Naruhodo. Last year, in the Supreme Court. You can't possibly have forgotten. That terrible trial of yours when you were accused of murder.
Ah, yes. I try to think of that as a positive turning point in my life these days.
Well, it was Judge Shikoku who presided over that trial.
But perfectly honest, I'd be happy to never see that man's face again in my life.
Oh, well anyway, as Father was invited to the symposium, he agreed to me returning to Britain too. He wouldn't actually arrive until next month, but, well, I couldn't wait. So I pleaded with him, and in the end he agreed to me going on ahead.
Yes, about the symposium. It seems as though Lord Strongheart has put in an awful lot of work to make it happen. It's obviously very important.
I believe it is, yes. As I understand it, Lord Strongheart organized the entire event himself. I think he's hoping that by achieving exceptional results, he'll get the job of Attorney General.
The most senior position in the British justice system.
He's hoping to use his power to create the world's finest policing institution. That's what Father said anyway. Apparently it's Lord Strongheart's lifelong ambition.
Professor Mikotoba know Lord Strongheart personally then, I wonder? Actually, Lord Strongheart gave me a long speech all about this very subject only yesterday. But I sort of lost the will to live early on and didn't really listen to much of it.
How trying for you.
Alright, tell me about Giselle Brett. What do you know? Giselle Brett, the woman whose unforgivable actions ended in me being wrongly accused of a crime I didn't commit. The murder of Dr. John H. Wilson.
Yes, Giselle Brett. That's a name I won't forget for as long as I live. The extraordinary thing is, though, it seems it's a name we should all forget.
Sorry?
Since the incident, our government's intelligence services have been investigating Miss Brett. But it turns out that an Englishwoman by the name of Giselle Brett didn't actually exist.
Didn't exist? But how can that be?
It was a pseudonym. Her real name was Shin. And she wasn't a visiting student either. That was a front.
A front? Who on earth was she then?
Miss A. Shin. Her name is literally all our intelligence services have been able to ascertain about her. Nobody knows why or even how she came to be in Japan. It's a complete mystery.
But that makes no sense. It's no easy task to be accepted as a foreign student anywhere. What could the woman have possibly been up to?
I'm afraid I really don't know. The only thing we can be sure of is that she had some business in our country that we don't yet understand.
And now she's been killed, while all the questions surrounding her existence remain unanswered. Inconvenience.
I'm afraid so.
A. Shin. Who on earth was she? And why do I feel as though I've heard that name before somewhere? I'm not looking it up this time.
After my friend May's trial, the reporter who actually killed Miss Brett said something very strange.
God. I know the truth! I know you had a hand in what went on! In that visiting student's fate! Nobody here in Japan knows anything about it! They don't know the guy never made it to England, that he died on that steamship, and that he'll never...
Obviously, I couldn't ask him to elaborate at the time. But later I visited the man in his prison cell, and asked him what he was going to say about Kazuma-sama.
And what did you learn? Jesus.
After he died on the voyage to Great Britain, his body should have been unladen at the port of Hong Kong and passed into the care of the consulate staff there.
Should have been.
Well, it turns out that his body never arrived. It just disappeared.
What? Kazuma's body vanished?
Our government tried to cover the fact up, it seems. They erected a grave on the cliffs by our hometown. Except, Kazuma-sama isn't there.
Did Professor Mikotoba know about this?
Yes, it would seem that he did. But he didn't tell me. They're still investigating what happened to Kazuma-sama's body as we speak.
I just don't believe it. And what is this acute feeling of apprehension I have all of a sudden? Thinking back now, some of the things that happened on the SS Burya were definitely strange. I mean, after he died, we never saw his body again, did we? Could it be that he's actually—
Stop it, Mr. Naruto! It's too much to bear!
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Just thinking about the possibility pains me so very much. Cast your mind back for a moment, Mr. Naruto. When Kazuma-sama was discovered, Mr. Sholmes was there, wasn't he? And he definitely examined the body. I remember it clearly.
You're right. So if Kazuma hadn't actually been dead at all, it would mean that Mr. Sholmes had lied to us.
But there's no reason why he would possibly have done such a thing.
I suppose that's true, yes. Jesus, I'm so tired.
The idea that he might still be alive somewhere. It wants to fill me with hope, but I can't let it. Because if it turned out to not be true, then I'd be back at the bottom of that awful pit of despair again. I'm terrified of what that might do to me.
Oh, Miss Susato. I know she's given the idea the thought it deserves. It's Susato-san we're talking about after all. So I probably shouldn't push it now. Okay, so I need to pen write. Come on, motherfucker. Oh my god, bro. Talk to Iris, just standing there like a fucking dope.
It must be about a year ago now. I read a really long story based on some of my father's old notes. It's about one of Hurley's greatest exploits. I called it the Hound of the Baskervilles.
But then Mr. Sholmes forbade you from publishing it, and put the manuscript somewhere nobody could get their hands on it.
So nobody knows anything about it apart from Hurley and I. But for some reason, you knew the title of it, didn't you, Susie? Oh, it sounds so exciting! The Hound of the Baskervilles! I should love to read it! And you wouldn't tell me how you'd come to know it. Yes, but I made you a promise I'd explain one day, didn't I? I think it's time. Really? I'm only sorry I had to keep it from you for so long, Iris. It was completely by accident that I came to know the title of your manuscript, Iris. It was a short while before we left Japan. I was cleaning Father's study and I saw something on his writing desk. A large box of papers. There was a label affixed to the box that was written in English. It read, "The Hound of the Baskervilles."
What?
My Baskerville story? Of course, I had no idea what it was at the time, but Father came in and...
Susato, what are you doing?
Oh, Father!
Did you look at those papers?
No, I simply read the label, that's all.
Well, put it out of your mind.
Sorry?
Forget that you ever saw it, and certainly don't tell anybody else about this. Do you understand?
What does he know? What is he hiding? But what was Iris's manuscript doing in Japan?
I have no idea, but when I heard Iris mention the word Baskerville that day, the title just slipped out. I would never have guessed that it was an unpublished account of one of Mr. Sholmes' exploits. When I returned to Japan, I asked Father to explain, but he refused to answer any of my questions, and there was no sign of the big box in his office. That's really all I know about it. I've no doubt that Father has a very good reason for being so secretive about it, but still. I made up my mind to explain myself to both of you. Well, thank you for being so honest, Susie.
Okay, that's cool.
So, Mr. Naruhodo, I'm ready to start investigating if you are. I've committed every detail about the case to memory. And Iris has told me about the disturbing happenings at the Waxwork Museum as well.
So you're fully abreast of the situation already, Miss Susato. And I expect nothing less, to be honest.
I would think our first port of call should be to investigate this Mr. Drebber, the engineer responsible for building this elaborate machine that was used to effect this extraordinary trick.
Yes, a conjurer of sorts by the sound of it. Well known in the fields of science and magic.
Then we need to go and arrest him.
Well, yes. You must know the truth behind this case, so I agree we really do need to find the man.
It sounds like a case of tracking someone down. Which is a job for the police, or a great detective.
How are we supposed to guess who she might be thinking of? We don't have much time, so we need to get started straight away, I think.
Good idea. Well, best of luck then.
Oh, you're not coming today?
I'm going to Brixton Road shortly for the herb market. But let me know later how you got on, won't you?
That was a little abrupt. The pull of the herb market must be strong. Alright, so we can move. A new location's been added. I don't know what the fuck that could be. We go to prison. Holy shit, he's gone crazy. He's lost his mind! What's he doing?
Oh my! The whole wall of the cell is covered in mathematical equations!
And he's still writing more now. Professor, sorry to interrupt.
Oh, Mr. Naruhodo! And who is this young lady? My name is Susato Mikotoba. I'm Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant. It's a pleasure to meet you, Professor. Oh, if only I'd been a refined young woman like you sooner! None of this would have happened. No, that's not logical. That made no sense at all. Oh dear, I'm sorry if my presence here upsets you.
I owe you an apology too, Professor. I didn't manage to deliver what I promised you I would in court this morning.
Oh no! The whole thing, this whole miserable affair, it all happened because I've been such a complete and utter clot! Professor Harebrine, what the hell's on your cell walls? Oh, you mean that? Oh dear, how embarrassing. I was suddenly struck by an idea, you see, and I simply had to write it down. The wall was all I had to hand.
Oh, is it some new hypothesis? Something to surpass super high voltage instantaneous kinesis, maybe?
No, actually, this is my autobiography. Your autobiography? I was diddled and fiddled by Albert Harebrine.
What? Oh my god! I'm not just like letting that screenshot slide. I'm gonna say that. That's crazy. What?
I found how I can represent my odd fortunes with odd numbers in an ambitious set of simultaneous equations. Really? I'm going to have to pay back all the loans I took for the kinesis machine, you see?
So it's going to be a new serial publication from next month. Part 1, an odd birth and odd upbringing. You can't beat the man's optimism, that's for sure. I see. Well, for now, would you mind if we talked a little more about the case?
Oh, yes, of course.
I've been working through the numbers.
I was diddled! I was fiddled by the pair of them! By Osmond and by that aloof engineer Drebber!
We're not going to have to sit through an explanation of all these equations, are we? Alright, let's go ahead and talk to the guy about Drebber the engineer is all we really need to worry about. Is he an engineer, or a magician, or a swindler?
It was about a year ago when Mr. Osmond first brought Drebber to meet me at my laboratory. Since then, I've met him many times to discuss details about the kinesis machine.
But at no point did you have any inkling that he was just an illusionist.
Oh, he definitely wasn't just an illusionist.
What do you mean?
He was a wealth of deep scientific knowledge. There's no question the man's a genuine scientist. It's instantly apparent in conversation.
I see.
But the wretched man deceived you, Professor. It's unforgivable. We must do everything we can to find him and bring him to justice. Are there no more clues you can give us as to his whereabouts?
I'm sorry, we only ever discussed the kinesis machine, nothing else.
Although, just once, I did visit his workshop.
What workshop?
Drebber's enormous fabrication laboratory, where he constructed my great machine.
Why didn't you mention this before? Enoch Drebber's workshop. There's every chance we might find the man there. Yeah, come on, buddy. Tell us more. So you've been to Drebber's place of work, then?
Yes, just once, you understand. It was an enormous place. Plenty of room to construct a kinesis machine, you see.
But where can I find it? We have to go there at once. There's a good chance we'll find Drebber there.
Well, yes, definitely. I'm sure. As in, I'm sure you're not going to want to hear this. But I have absolutely no idea where the workshop is at all.
I'm so sorry! I was more than half expecting that. You see, I was blindfolded in the carriage the entire way there. He blindfolded you? He wasn't taking any chances then. The place was incredible, the pinnacle of modern engineering. Even the oil he used was the very best. A special French machine oil that's impossible to obtain in Britain. The indescribable scent of that imported oil. Perfumers across the world to forget their scent formula and use that instead. What do you think, Mr. Zato? You're the machine for your next birthday?
I've never used any kind of perfume, Mr. Naruhodo, and I'm not sure I'd like to start with that. I don't suppose you know even part of the workshop address, Professor? You don't have a business card for Mr. Trevor, for example?
The man was clearly very cautious, Mr. Zato. I'm sure he never would have... Oh! Yes, I do! He gave me his business card once! It's right here, look! What?
Let me see that!
Throw etiquette out the wind, why don't you?
Enoch Trevor, engineer. I'm afraid that's all it says. There's no address.
No? Oh, well, I can't say I'm surprised. Still, this could be useful. Alright, well, it doesn't have to get all. So, apparently we're supposed to move to the Lord Chief Justice's office. My question is that a walkthrough? How the fuck would I know that, genuinely? Hello? Oh, who's that standing behind Lord Strongheart?
I wonder. I've never seen her before.
Ah, the young champion of the court. You've had some success this morning, I understand. And you've thrown the entire government into disarray as a result.
Oh, you mean because of Professor Harebrain's experiment?
Sham science being demonstrated at London's Great Exhibition. The country's been made to look foolish, and now politicians are scrambling to respond. Lord Van Zeeks is in Whitehall as we speak, giving an emergency briefing.
Oh dear, I didn't mean to cause any trouble.
None of this is your responsibility. The government is entirely to blame for having been taken in. The special dispensation that prevents investigation at the scene will be annulled later today. Once that happens, my forensic investigation team will move in and deal with that scrap metal in no time.
It's scrap metal now, is it?
Until later then, Lord Strongheart.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, I know who you are. Okay, I get it now. She's the leader of the special dispensation team. Is my hypothesis. Who is that?
That was Dr. Courtney Scythe, Scotland Yard's esteemed chief coroner. Okay, yeah. She's leading the forensic investigation team's handling of this case. She was just delivering her report about the victim, in fact.
Oh, I see. How about Mr. Osmond?
Following of the outcome of the trial earlier, I asked the coroner's office to reevaluate its findings. I don't have time to tell you what she concluded. If you want to know, you'll have to ask her directly. You can find her in the forensics laboratory.
Ah, right.
Now, what were you here to see me about? I can give you 7 minutes and 39 seconds of my time.
So he's not running quite so spectacularly late anymore. Alright, well, let's converse about the forensic investigation team. What exactly is the forensic investigation team you mentioned before?
The British Empire's police force must become the most exemplary in the world. For that to happen, it's imperative that we embrace forensic science and everything it has to offer. I first created the forensic investigation team a year ago now. Unofficially, of course, to pave the way.
Goodness, a year ago?
At next month's symposium, I intend to present the results of their work to the world. Once I do that, the House of Lords will be powerless to oppose the creation of a full-scale forensics division. And once that happens, the position of Attorney General will be mine, and criminals will suffer dearly.
What do you mean?
For too long, those scoundrels have made a mockery of our legal system with false evidence and bribes. But London scum is about to be rounded up and burnt in the fires of hell. I intend to see to it personally, by creating the finest police force the world has ever known, to protect our honor and our future.
Look at those eyes. He means every word.
Dr. Scythe is an extremely reliable coroner. When I officially establish the forensics division at Scotland Yard, she will run it as my right-hand woman. Now then, speaking of the symposium, Miss Mikotoba.
Yes, my lord.
Your father should be on the high seas as we speak, making his way here to represent the Empire of Japan.
Yes, that's right. I understand he will arrive at the beginning of next month.
Are you acquainted, Lord Strongheart? With Professor Mikotoba, I mean.
It was many years ago now, but yes, I remember Dr. Mikotoba very well.
Oh, that's important.
If my memory serves, it was some 15 years ago now that your father came to Britain as a visiting student.
It was the year I was born, so yes, 16 years ago in fact.
Mikotoba was a young practitioner of forensic science, and Jikoku accompanied him as a young, promising judge. The punctiliousness and politeness of the Japanese at the time impressed us greatly. Not that I wish to imply impoliteness or carelessness on your part in any way.
I didn't think that you were.
Dr. Mikotoba studied forensics at one of London's largest hospitals. St. Sinners, if I'm not mistaken. Dr. Scythe was also there then, as it happens.
Then Dr. Scythe knows my father, does he?
She was a young medical assistant at the time, so I doubt their paths crossed regularly. But I've no doubt they knew each other superficially. After all, Dr. Mikotoba was here studying his subject for some 6 years in total.
6 years? That's a long time to be studying abroad, isn't it?
I lived with my grandmother in those years.
So he left his newly born daughter behind and went overseas for 6 whole years.
It was a rather turbulent time at home.
Oh,
Perhaps father wanted a reason to get away.
what do you mean? Why? Well, clearly something was going on at the time. Yeah, we don't know about her mom, so maybe her mom, like, died or some shit. I don't know. I wanted to ask you about Lord Van Zeeks. Actually, I heard that his older brother was killed some years ago by a mass murderer known as the Professor, who targets nobles and royalty. Is that right?
You Japanese are a thorough lot. You've done your research well. Yes. And you could say it was the very incident that gave rise to the Reaper.
What? Why?
When his brother, Clint Van Zeeks, was murdered. It was just after young Barack had graduated from the University of London and became a prosecutor. When obvious criminals who managed to evade conviction in court started disappearing, rumors quickly spread throughout the capital. Londoners started to say that wherever Barack Van Zeeks went, the ghost of his dead brother wasn't far behind.
Oh my word!
So Lord Van Zeeks isn't the Reaper, it's the ghost of his brother.
Ever since that time, he became a very aloof figure in London's legal circles.
Shit. Oh yes, Lord Strongheart.
Go ahead.
It's about Professor Harebrain's experimental machine. We'd like your permission to examine the remains, if possible.
Are you well versed in science, then?
Not in the slightest. In fact, you could say I was barely aware of the subject at all until recently.
Well, the special dispensation legally preventing investigation of the machine is currently being annulled. Within a few hours, Dr. Scythe's team of forensic experts will begin their own investigation. But I suppose until then, there's no harm in you looking at the wreckage, as long as you touch nothing.
Thank you. Being able to look at it's better than nothing.
And I'll be able to see it too!
Your time is up! You'll have to excuse me now, I'm afraid. My next engagement calls.
We're so extremely sorry to have troubled you when you're so busy, my lord.
I have important matters to attend to in preparation for the symposium, you understand?
Alright, well, I guess we move on to this new location, which is the forensics laboratory. Holy shit! I fuck with this place, but oh my god, it's terrifying. I believe this is it, Dr. Scythe's laboratory. That chemical smell really assaults the nose. And there's plenty to assault the eyes in here, too.
It looks as though the doctor isn't here.
Oh my god.
But we're here now, so we may as well do some sightseeing, don't you think?
What a seasoned tourist you've become, Miss Susato. We could just have a little look around, being careful not to upset any restless souls. I think I need to save the game and end the episode. Thank you so much for watching. In the next episode, we will go to the forensics laboratory and beyond. but for now, it's probably about bedtime. I will see you next time. Bye-bye!